Hi everyone, today we'll talk about is Nike stock a buy in 2019. This is a stock that I've actually not really covered that much on the channel, even though it's a stock that I kind of track quite a lot and I always keep up to date with it. I don't think I've ever made a video potentially about Nike stock because I've never really saw a good buying opportunity to get into the stock, and I've always kind of like a lot more stocks on the stock market more than what I have with Nike, so that's probably why I've never really looked at investing into them. But with it being New Year and with the news that have come out about Nike recently, I thought that potentially might be an opportunity to get into Nike now. The reason why is because Nike actually brought their earnings out, I think it was about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and in their earnings report Nike said that because the China trade war hasn't bothered the stock at all, the company's in a good position, they're still making money. And when recently you've been listening to a lot of earnings reports from companies, a lot of their earnings reports have pretty much said, oh, the China trade war has caused this problem for us, or this is affecting this revenue. But it just didn't seem to affect Nike, and Nike said, you know, we're doing really well and this China trade war is no bother. And that pushed the stock up a little bit. And then a couple of days afterwards, an article came out about Nike saying that it was the best buy of 2019. And that you should really buy the stock overall. And I'm going to kind of give my opinions overall with the company. Now, normally I kind of like, at the end I say what I think of the stock, but right now I'm going to say that I do think Nike stock is a buy, and I think it does have a 10 to 15% upside. I've kind of thought today it'd be easy if I give my opinion about the stock and then explain why today, rather than saying an overall opinion about the stock. But I'll kind of back up that reason going forward why. Now, Nike overall has struggled pretty much over since 2016 to 2018. The reason why is it's had a lot of competition. Now, Nike, the first thing that what I like about Nike is that it's a really strong brand and a really strong brand in the sector that it's in. But the problem is the sector that it is in, because in that sector there's just so much competition. You know, when you look at different sectors and you have the leading company, normally they stay the leading company and they're quite comfortable. You know, every so often you might have a company that gets a little bit close to them, but then they eventually fall behind and don't overtake it. But Nike has a lot of competition in its sector, and that's really taken a big toll on the company. We've had Adidas that recently, since 2016 and 2018, have taken a lot of the market share from Nike. We've had Foot Locker have done really well. Even companies like Skechers, they've come up as well. And that really can take a lot of market share, and like styles like how Nike are in could just change so quickly and can affect the company. So even though Nike's in a strong position now, you know, that could easily change because of the industry that it's in. And like I say, Adidas has done really well against Nike and took a lot of the market share off. We've seen Nike struggle over the last few years and the revenue is decreasing, gross margins decreasing. But since 2018, well, especially last year, Nike's done really well against Adidas and started taking back a couple of the market share from it. And we've also seen, because of that, is that the dividend of Nike has actually started decreasing. Now that Nike is starting to take a better overall market share back again from the other companies, the dividend's going back up. So that's something you've always got to be careful of when you invest in a company like Nike, because of the industry it's in. It's a very competitive industry and can quite easily suffer from being in that industry. Overall, the forward PE of Nike is at 27. The dividend's at 0.22. Like I say, Nike's starting to grow back some of that market share and that gross margin, so we're starting to see the dividend go back up into Nike. The EPS is actually really good, 18.1, and that's predicted from this 2019 to 2020. This is all taken from a long-term hold, like holding this stock for a year or longer. So looking towards 2019 2020, the EPS is expected to be at 18.1. The revenue is 7.3, which is really good. So Nike stock does appeal to a lot of investors. You've kind of got your value investors. They might look at that PE just being slightly high. That forward PE of 27 might be a little bit high. And you've also got a couple of growth investors, and they might say the revenue is just a little bit low, but it kind of fills in quite a few people's kind of area of the like of the company. So overall, Nike is in one of its better positions it has been for a while, and I do like where it is as a company. Like I say, revenue of 10% would be amazing, but it's still pretty decent. PE is a little bit high, but not too bad. I think the biggest shame about Nike is that it's gone up a good nearly 10% over like the last week or two, and that's pushed the share price up a little bit. Without that 10% jump, I might have gone in and actually bought shares here. I do still think the company's a buy. I just think that maybe the chance to get in has just gone now, which is a little bit of a shame. But great company, great brand. Always got to be careful at this. What the area in Nike can change so quickly. That's something you got to be careful of. But overall, great company. I think there's an upside. I think I would put a price target around 85ish, towards the 90 side maybe at a push. Like I said, I think it's at fair value right now. I don't think it's undervalued. Maybe last week it was slightly undervalued, but I think it's at fair value now. So potentially an opportunity to buy there. But there's other stocks that potentially can get more than a 10-15% gain on through 2019, especially with the sell-off that we've had. I think that's something you got to consider. But if you were to have Nike in your portfolio, I wouldn't have said it's a bad position. There's potential there, especially long term. It's going to be a company that will be around for a long time, so not a bad hold. But overall, guys, that's my opinion on it. I won't be buying shares, but it's not a bad position to have in your portfolio. Definitely a little bit of upside there overall. That's videos today on Nike, guys. Thanks for all the support recently. Give the video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.